Hello, everybody. Welcome to the third episode of the CamelCast podcast. I'm your host, Sam, with my co-host, Jaden. Say hi, Jaden.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, so in the first half of this episode, we're going to be talking about Mueller testifying in front of Congress. And in the second half, we're going to be talking about the second Democratic debate. So start it off, Jaden.
All right, so Mueller testified in front of Congress earlier this week. And, it was anything but interesting. He gave one-word answers to half the questions, and for all of them, for almost every question, the answer was, I don't know. It was pretty disappointing as a Democrat because this really was a big piece to getting Trump impeached. So what are your thoughts on it?
I actually think that I do agree that it was kind of disappointing, but I don't think anything could have changed anyway because the Mueller report happened, no evidence of collusion. So Mueller testifying will fundamentally change nothing, and, you can see that because of how boring the answers were, and, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I was watching Fox News, their report on it, and they basically said that Democrats were lying about him, and I definitely disagree with that because I think we weren't lying. We expected him to come out and drop a bombshell on Trump, and with this huge testifying, and it was going to be great, and we were going to get all the wonderful things we wanted. But I just think that didn't happen. But that wasn't us lying. That was just a mistake on our part, and we thought that was what's going to happen, but it didn't end up happening.
Yeah, and whether there was collusion with Russia or not, it still doesn't matter because nothing can fundamentally change with the way Congress is set up, the Republican-controlled Senate. It's going to be hard to do anything condemning Trump at that part due to, the Mueller report stating that there was no evidence of collusion.
Right, and even if there was, the Republicans have loved having a Republican in office. And if he were to get impeached, he would have little to no chance at it being a Republican back in office. So I think that as a Republican in Senate or in the House, you can't vote to get him into anything that could lead to his impeachment.
Yeah, again, we do hear a lot about, never Trump Republicans on mainstream news and media, but it's only a very, rare community. The mainstream media just reports on this because they really hate Trump, and all of that.
Yeah. So it was pretty boring, not too much going on there, and I think it's sad because I think while it might have not fundamentally changed anything, having Mueller testify and give us more information about his investigation could have given us even more evidence to use in impeachment hearings or to at least start impeachment hearings.
Yeah, well, again, if you try to impeach Trump for obstruction of justice, again, you have to admit, was there collusion in the first place? It's like, arresting someone for resisting arrest, but what were they getting arrested for in the first place? Huh? Like, you don't know.
Right. Yeah. So there's a lot of interesting things about the Mueller report, but unfortunately it didn't go our way. But I think that definitely on the topic of him getting impeached for obstruction of justice, I think it's very possible that the moment he's no longer president and Congress has no say over what happens to him, I think he might at least get prosecuted. Whether that means he goes to jail or not, who knows? But I think there's definitely going to be an attempt to prosecute him.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If we try to impeach him, but the Republican-controlled Senate will be like, no way, then it happened with Bill Clinton, where, they were trying to impeach him, then they couldn't, and then his approval rating went way up, and we don't want that to happen for Trump, because it might mean that he'll get a second term in office, which we definitely don't want.
Right, and I quote CNN on this, if we try to impeach him and we fail, then Trump is going to say later in this campaign, headed towards election night 2020, he's going to say, hey, the Democrats tried to impeach me, but they couldn't because they know I did nothing wrong, when he totally did.
Yeah, well, that's arguable because Mueller is a Democrat and he led the Mueller report, but he still found no evidence of collusion. But again, there's plenty of evidence that there was collusion beforehand. As you know, once the Mueller report was announced, Trump and his White House executive staff, they panicked. They were like, oh no, our campaign is, it's going to be gone. So there's that.
Right, but there's also evidence that Mueller tried to cover up some of the evidence of obstructing with justice to try to cover up for Trump.
Well, again, maybe Mueller didn't fully testify. Think about it. He's only, he said it. You mentioned it. He said, I don't know to half the questions. What if he did know, but he just didn't want to say it?
Yeah. It's a hard topic. It's very confusing because you have one side saying Trump's done nothing wrong. This is all just a hoax to try to get us all scared. And you have one side saying, wow, this was a surprise to us. We really thought that he was going to testify and basically drop a bombshell on Trump. And it's very interesting to watch.
Yeah, I know. But, I'm not a fan of Trump. I really despise him. But I don't think that the mainstream media, I don't think they should go on saying, Trump's bad, this is bad, because you're not actually going to get out any meaningful information. And a lot of networks like MSNBC, they're actually doing the same thing to Bernie Sanders, which I really despise because he's a leftist. So this isn't just a partisan thing.
Yeah, and also, I feel like news networks, I hate how we have two major, the most major news networks in America are Fox News on the right wing and CNN on the left wing. Now, on the left wing, you have some competitors like MSNBC and ABC News and the New York Times.
Well, it's actually hard to say that CNN's left wing because they tend to support more centrist candidate, but overall, compared to Fox News, they're pretty left wing.
Yeah, but they're the most democratic news site out there. And I think that every single person on this planet has some sort of political bias. So if I am a huge, huge fan of, say, Bernie Sanders, and say he gets elected president and I want him to get reelected, and he does some sort of a scandal while he's in office, it's going to be a lot harder for me to say, yeah, he shouldn't have done that, versus if I hate Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, because no one's 100% principled.
You need to put those to the side and just tell the news.
Yeah, because no one's 100% principled. Some people agree with some stuff that you don't agree with, and you might say, I support them, and it happens a lot with Trump fanatics. Trump does something wrong, they don't care, they still support Trump.
Yeah. And I think one of the reasons that they support Trump is because they're Republicans. And I think it's because they're Republicans, so they can't vote Democrat, so he's their only option. It's like if you look at New York. We've completely reelected Mayor Bill de Blasio, even though you go to a baseball game and he'll be in attendance, and they'll tell the crowd that he's there. And it stinks because it's now but everyone still has to vote for him because there's no other option.
Yeah, exactly. There really isn't. It's like with re-election. I know they're not most Republicans, but a lot of Republicans, they really don't like Trump. Nowadays, they either turn into independents or even to Democrats, some of them, or they just have to vote for Trump because it's their only choice.
Yeah, and it's in 2016, people voted for Trump because they thought what he was doing was right. Since his political experience, he hadn't really had any major scandals. So that's why people voted for him then, because he lied. He told people that he was going to help them. But now people are voting for him because there's no other political There's no other person that can help them. There's no other Republican.
But they can turn Democrat and vote for Bernie Sanders. That's a good idea, probably.
But as a Republican, you can't do that because, first of all, you're a Republican, but second of all, because your beliefs might not align with him.
Well, yeah, true, and it's like super sad. Like Donald Trump, Republican working class people used false consciousness, which is a term in Marxist theory. Yeah, it's a bit socialist saying that, but still used it, to fool the working class into voting for him, saying that illegal immigrants were the problem and trade deals were the problem. Well, the trade deals are actually a problem, but mostly the illegal immigrants, and he fooled them. But it turns out the working class are still suffering, and Trump lied. Trump just lied. He's an establishment candidate, and he's awful, and he just lied to them.
Sounds suspiciously like Hitler. Hitler told the working class he was going to help them. Then he told all of them against the Jews and told them that they were their problem.
Yeah, I mean, Donald Trump, he isn't Hitler, of course, but the way he...
No, he's not as bad.
Yeah, he's not literally Hitler, but, the way he fools people, it's awfully reminiscent of Germany in 1930. Speaking of... I'm just kidding, not speaking of. Let's talk about the Democratic debates, shall we?
Well, before we get into that, I think we're all wondering, what is your opinion on pepperoni pizza?
Pepperoni pizza is great. It's beautiful. It's a work of art. It's a work of art.
Well, that sounds like a youth thing. Let's get back to politics.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so Democratic debates. First night, what were your thoughts?
First night, I think that, Bernie, of course, did a great job, and Elizabeth Warren, they totally destroyed. And the healthcare thing was really confusing because John Delaney, he tried to one-up himself over Amy Klobuchar. And, of course, we can't forget the times Bernie Sanders roasted Tim Ryan, because I wrote the damn bill. Yeah, no one can forget that. They're not actually making merch off of it, the Bernie campaign. They're making stickers saying that.
Because I wrote the damn bill. That was the best quote from that whole debate. That was awesome. I think Marianne Williamson, if you watched the debate, you saw her. She got the most crowd cheer out of all the candidates.
Marianne Williamson did come off as kind of left-wing, except when she didn't fully support Medicare for All. But other than that, she came off as super left-wing and humanist and, all that stuff.
I'm a very big fan of Marianne Williamson. I really like her. And I think that it goes to show you, she got the biggest crowd cheer. She won the crowd. I wouldn't say she won the debate, but she won the crowd.
Yeah, but who do you think won the debate? I think it was either Elizabeth Warren or Bernie Sanders. Maybe Pete Buttigieg.
I think it was Bernie.
Yeah.
I think it was Bernie. Bernie, then Buttigieg, then Warren.
Yeah. How did you feel about the new guy, Steve Bullock? I really didn't like him. He came across as more of a Republican.
Yeah, me too. He was probably the most conservative out of all the Democrats.
That's not saying much,
and that explains why he won a Republican district so many times.
Yeah, because he's not a leftist. He's just, he's the Republican. I actually think that Beto O'Rourke came off as a bit weak to me because he has been ever since he lost the Senate. Because, when Beto O'Rourke was running for the Senate, he supported, Medicare for All and the border reform and all those things. Now he just comes off as more of a centrist, which, in my opinion, I really like.
I think the second night was definitely better than the first night, but now let's move into the second night quickly.
Yeah, that sucks because I didn't get to see it, but Jaden, can you explain it more?
Yeah, I didn't get to watch it, so I will tell you about it. So basically, Joe Biden was very interesting at that debate. He didn't seem to be talking about what he actually believed in. If you look at it, if you were to watch the debate, you see how when he talked like what the crowd wanted to hear. And it was very interesting to me because he was just being very weird. It was just very weird to me to watch. Then, he got roasted so much by Mayor Bill de Blasio, and basically everyone was roasting him.
Yeah,
It was
other
pretty
than
funny.
Tulsi Gabbard, because like it says Joe Biden was like against busing and stuff. A lot of candidates, including Kamala Harris, criticized him for that. But Tulsi Gabbard chose to defend him, and instead she roasted Kamala Harris. She didn't really roast, but she called out Kamala Harris for she says she's for marijuana legalization, even though she put thousands in prison for smoking marijuana.
What I hate the most when I'm watching a Democratic debate is when candidates don't answer a question. Kamala Harris did not answer Gabbard's question in that case. Joe Biden was not answering Kamala Harris's questions. Basically, the whole debate, everyone's questions, he wasn't answering. And so it was definitely a lot more heated the second debate. But I think the rulers of that debate were Jay Inglis. No, that's not how his name. How do you pronounce his name?
Jay Inslee.
Yeah. Inslee. Sorry about that, everybody. I forgot his name. Jay Inslee and Mayor Bill de Blasio, but Jay Inslee especially. He was roasting people, but not too much. But he was sharing his beliefs, and I went from not knowing who he was to him being one of my favorite candidates. I really like him now. He completely changed. I think he did so amazing in the debate. And then also Andrew Yang.
Oh yeah, I really like Andrew Yang because he isn't really more of a leftist, but he's very libertarian and post-partisan, and he has very good policy ideas. So I actually like Andrew Yang. I'm part of the Yang gang.
Yeah, I like Andrew Yang too. It was definitely a more fun debate to watch. But so where are you standing with your top 3 candidates right now?
Based on a personal decision, or just the top 3 who might win?
Personal decision.
Personal would definitely be Bernie, Elizabeth Warren, and Tulsi Gabbard.
My top 3 are Marianne Williamson, Pete Buttigieg, and Jay whatever his last name is, because I can pronounce it and I just forgot it again.
It's Inslee. It's not even that hard to pronounce.
Inslee. I know, that's the weirdest part. Jay Inslee. Sorry about that, everybody. I keep forgetting it. So those are my top 3 at the moment.
Yeah, and when Kamala didn't answer Tulsi's question, I think it was an old centrist talking point. You make a broad statement, then a progressive debunks you by saying how you're bad at the policy of it, but then you make that broad statement again, you're actually responding to them while really just stating the things that you said before.
Right, and she said, she accused her of a bunch of things, and one of them was sentencing the death penalty. And she said that she is firmly against the death penalty. That doesn't mean you didn't answer the question then. The question was, did you do this? You didn't answer the question. All you said was, I'm firmly against this. And I think the right answer to make there is, if there is proof that you did something and there's no denying it, what you say is, yes, I may have done that, but I've changed. And I credit Pete Buttigieg on that a lot, because when he was getting a lot of heat for not handling the incident in South Bend where a cop killed a black man, shot him, he said, yeah, I made a mistake. I couldn't handle it right, and now I'm going to do better. And I learned from my mistakes.
Yeah, that is actually pretty good of him. And, I remember in the first debate, Elizabeth Warren made a strong statement. Elizabeth Warren isn't really known for supporting Medicare for all as much as, say, Bernie, but she did make the statement that, if you support Medicare for all, you should be willing to fight for it. Now, I think it was a super strong statement, and it really stood out even in the first debate.
Elizabeth Warren said in the second debate, she was in the first debate. Elizabeth Warren said, if you do not support Medicare for all, you're not willing to fight for it. I disagree with that statement. I think that I support a public option, a free public option, because Medicare is a human right. But I think private insurance needs to stick
free
around,
healthcare is a human right, not necessarily Medicare.
Right. Free Medicare. Like Medicare for all. Medicare is a human right. Everyone deserves Medicare, but everyone also deserves the right to choose. So if you have, so we need to keep private insurance around so that everybody can say, I want the public health care option, or I want to stick with my private health care. And the American government needs to respect that choice. Now, I think if you look at it, most people would rather go to the free option as long as it's good, which it will be.
I honestly think that I don't really disagree with that, because I really don't agree with a compromise between insurance companies and, free healthcare. Because I think the insurance companies they're so terrible and scammy, and they kill thousands of people every year and not letting them on their insurance. And I don't think the people need to compromise with them. I think people should do what they want. And Medicare for all, in the polls, it's always, most people want it. Even the Republicans want it. It's a super popular idea. I don't think we need to compromise with the insurance companies.
I have one more thing to say before we finish, though. The Republicans are very against Medicare for all because they say it's going to cost trillions of dollars and we're going to have no money for anything else. Well, my thoughts on that are, okay, in our current state, because we don't tax big trillion-dollar companies. So how about we start taxing these humongous companies, and we could literally just tax 5 of them and have enough money for at least like half of our bill.
Yeah.
So just up the taxes on the rich, because we need to tax the wealthy, and that was one thing I really credit Delaney on saying. He said, I'm rich. I need to tax people like me more.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the one thing I agree with John Delaney with, because usually I hate him because he looks like a mudak. Okay, so let's finish this up. I just want to say thanks for watching, everybody. We're going to start this new series called CamelCast Quick Talks, which is just 2-minute, 3-minute phone calls with me and Jaden. No editing, no putting it, in an MP3 and then uploading it. It's just a phone call. So I just want to say thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.
Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to like and subscribe, and if you have any thoughts on anything that we said, that me or Sam said, or any future ideas for us, make sure to leave it on a comment below so that we can get your feedback. Bye.